Good morning, everybody. Another live from Ken at 10. How are you doing today? I'm in the office as usual. I say as usual, but nothing's really usual, is it? Everything's a little bit different. So today, I'm doing the usual stuff, the rents and everything else, thinking about communication and thinking to myself, where I've been writing to a lot of my vendors, emails, that sort of thing, I've got to do better. And I'm always thinking, how can we do things better? And reading something from one of my valued mentors the other day about communication and how, if we looked at it on a tree, the most valuable communication at the top of a pyramid, if you like, would be face to face. And then on from there might be a Zoom video or something like that. And then at the very bottom would be an email. So must do better, note to myself, in terms of communication. Try and do more, certainly more video communication. I think that's something that for me has come out of this crisis, is that video is very powerful. And we've been using it for a long time, as many of you will know, in terms of looking around houses and things. But also it's very powerful for communicating with each other, and people by people. So if you want to do business in this day and age and you're not doing it yet, then you need to get on it and talk to me. If you're not doing it yet and you want to know how, there are many, many different ways. This week, I've got quite a lot to look forward to. Chantel Cook is on tomorrow with us. She's amazing, as you'll find out. And she just got up one day and said, right, had enough. I'm going to the country, and bought a farm. And we're going to hear how that went tomorrow. And that should be good fun. So do tune in for that. That'll be live with Chantel Cook from Panpathic. She's also a PR guru used by Virgin and the likes, as well as having her own radio station where she beat off competitors, including Kiss FM, to get licenses. So incredible character. I think you'll enjoy her tomorrow. Got some other things coming up as well. I'm thinking VE Day, and there's someone I know that might be quite good for that. So watch out for that one. If you know anyone that you think would be inspiring, that we could talk to locally, especially because, we're all about local. And that would be great. I'm going to reach out to a few people that I've thought of just in the last day or two to get them on board too. The other thing that occurs to me today, I was watching the news before I came out, and they were actually complaining that the Nightingale Hospitals weren't in use. There were people on there saying, well, why did we do this and everything else? Why can't we, for once, just, everything seems so negative. I know a lot of my friends say to me, Ken, you're so positive, it's almost Australian. And I take that as a compliment. But I do think it was an incredible feat, engineering, and the point that the engineering that was done, but also the point that the army got together with the private sector, got together with the government, and they achieved this incredible feat of building these hospitals to save lives. And if they're not needed, isn't that a good thing? And isn't it amazing how we can be so versatile as to make that happen and not fall into the trap that some other countries have of not actually having adequate provision? So for me, that was a big positive. And I think sometimes us Brits are very good at looking at the negative side, and we should celebrate the good stuff out there, the stuff that we do. And for me, even in times of crisis, you've got to look at these things and say, okay, what next? How does this all affect things? Because it will. And I always think that in times of crisis, our company's always done particularly well. In fact, at the back end of Brexit last year, I had the rep come in from Rightmove, and she'd been to a lot of other agencies, and they have a way of tracking your metrics, how many vendors you're getting, how many properties you're selling, etc. And when she came in, she said, your metrics are green. She said, that's really unusual because most are red, meaning they're getting less engagement, less vendors, less sales. And ours had actually gone up. And we'd actually done the great nirvana, if you will, of all things, and that is we've taken a larger share of a smaller market. And I think that's what we've got to do going forward. So we're preparing everything in a way that we haven't done before, and we're going to hit the ground running in a way that we haven't done before as well. So I'm actually kind of excited about opening up. Obviously, you have to be sad that this all happened, but there's part of me that sees this as a really fresh challenge, and I'm looking forward to getting on the back end of that and starting to actually work. A lot more viewings now. I'm doing a lot more Zoom viewings with my clients as well. And that's been quite fun. And, getting used to looking at people's houses just through the lens. So if you are looking for a valuation or just a chat about your property, then do jump on, get in touch with me. And I'm happy to talk to you, even if you're not in my area, maybe give you some hints, tips and tricks to make sure that when we do get out of lockdown, you're in the best possible position to make sure you take advantage of the market that's there. Because at the moment, there is a bit of a cold spring effect. There are buyers still out there approaching us and saying, Are we there yet? You know, just like your kid in the back seat when you're on the way to the seaside. Are we there yet? Can we view yet? And vendors are the same, tenants are the same. So it'd be really interesting to see how that manifests itself the other side of this. So they're my thoughts for today. Lots more going on. And as I say, if you have any property that you'd like us to value virtually or otherwise, or just want to chat, get in touch with me. Always happy to help. I don't think now's quite the time for selling, but I do think it's a time for engaging with the local community. So if there's anything you'd like to chat about, anything at all, just hit me up on the socials and I'll speak to you soon. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you tomorrow for Ken at 10. Take care.